This is one of the most magical cards I've ever designed. The sparkle, the dimension, the color, the unicorn. The dark blue shadow background with the white front of the unicorn really makes it look dimensional, even though the unicorn's just on the one layer. And the way that it's framed by the rainbow that continues from one layer behind it to the front just really makes it amazing. I had a lot of fun using this checkerboard patterned paper that I got from Michaels, and I think checkerboard, how it's having a moment right now, is so fun. And this is holographic checkerboard, the cute clouds, it just really all comes together to be so fun. Even though it looks fancy, it's super easy to make, so let me show you step by step exactly how to do that. Let's get started. First, we're going to take a look at the PDF that comes in your download, which shows you the shape layout for each part. So this card is made up of insert 1 with the unicorn on it, insert 2 with most of the rainbow. There's one panel on the back, which we'll wait to affix. And then the outside of the back of the card looks like that. Then we've got the side, the front, and the other side. So you can always refer to this if you're wondering where the parts go. And I'll also show you some of where things go too. So I just have my pieces piled on top of each other. So that's that first insert. We have the second one, that panel that goes on the back. Then I have the sides and the front, and then the back. So first let's put together that insert 1 with the unicorn on it. Here are the parts that make up the unicorn insert. So this is the insert itself. It's got the two tabs on the side. I'm going to set that aside. And what we're going to do is glue this in order like this. Then I can put the white part on. Just like this. And it already looks really good, but it's going to look even better with the last couple details. Just like that. Oops. Just like that. So now we can affix this right just like that. So go ahead and glue that in place. This is easy peasy. They just go one at a time on the rainbow with the bottom pretty level there. And if you flip it over, there should be a fairly even border around the arch. It doesn't have to be scientifically exactly perfect, but that's the idea. So this is the coral orange first arch on this, but on the outside of the card, just as a reminder. The first arch is on the other, it's on another layer, in case you're wondering. You're probably not wondering that, but just in case. Okay, so yellow arch. Next, for the front and the sides, we can glue these into place. This arch will just go right on the front, and then this panel and the stars. So go ahead and glue this right onto the front like so. And then this purple star goes here. This one goes here. And if you want to use any foam dots, I have some foam dots here. These would be too large, but I can still use the little space between them. So this is sticky on both sides, and it just adds a little bit of dimension to a shape. So that just adds a little shadow behind it and makes it cool. If you want to add any of those as desired, go for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this on. So here's mine, and I added some foam between some of the star layers. Super cute. So next I have my two sides here. The flaps get folded over, and the clouds get affixed to the flap. You can either glue the clouds right on, or you can use dimensional adhesive like the foam if you want. So go ahead and glue those together like that. And I think I will affix the flap down with some foam too, which is what I did on my original card. I'm not in love with the way that that looks from the front, because you can see that foam from the front, but I don't know. You'll have to play around with it and decide if you want to do the same thing or just leave them flappy. Totally up to you. Or glue them down. I'm not sure. I'm doing mine like this, where I glued the clouds right to the flap, and then I used some foam, but up kind of high, so it's a little bit more hidden. I like that. Okay, next I'll put my back together, and I have this star, which I cut from textured paper, but I'm gonna flip it over and stamp on it. I feel like the stamping just kind of works better on smooth paper instead of textured. I am by no means any kind of stamping expert. But that's my plan. That's usually my plan. I try to avoid stamping on textured paper, which is fine too. It's fine. So that just goes right in the center. Now we can put together the box shape of our card, which is the front, the sides, and the back. So this one with the little notch in it goes here. Because of that little star shape cutout. I just love this color combination, and I love the sparkle, and I love the holographic, the rainbow holographic checkerboard. It's so cool. I was just thinking how I love being inspired. I love being inspired by stuff around me, and since I have a preschool age daughter, I am totally surrounded by colorful stuff, rainbow, colorful, sparkle, unicorns. This is like totally my world right now, and I'm loving it so much. I hope she never gets tired of rainbows and unicorns. And if she ever does, I hope she returns to loving rainbows and unicorns someday, no matter how old she is. Because I love rainbows and unicorns. What is not to love about rainbows and unicorns? Sparkle. It's so much fun. And I think color's having a moment now after like a neutral trend that was going on for quite some time, which was lovely, I think. But seeing more color lately in design trends, I think, is refreshing and invigorating. Tell me what you think. So I probably could have done this before I closed it up, but now I'm going to glue this in the back, and it just kind of hides the tab and creates like, I don't know, it just finishes it off. If you want to do any inking, you could rub some ink around the edge of this to create kind of a vignette effect. In case you're wondering about that, I can show you what I'm talking about. I choose a color that's pretty close but slightly darker than my paper, and I'll just rub it around the edge. So on the page for this project at svgcuts.com, the supplies are linked. So if you're wondering about anything, these are color petal ink pads that I got from Amazon. I used to get different ones, but they stopped making them. For a while there was nothing, and now there's color petal. There's a lot of different brands that sell them on Amazon. It seems like they are straight out of China. Some of you guys have some other techniques for inking that I've heard. For my purposes, I just really like the convenience of that ink pad that's already full of ink. That's like made for kind of rub it on stuff like that. So this is not perfectly level back there, but it's going to be hidden. So I'm not going to stress about it. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about stressing about that, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to fold these forward, and those tabs will get glued just right like this. So the top of the tab there will be flush with the top of the box, and the front of the tab will be flush with the front of the box. So it'll be more or less like that. It's a little tricky for me to show you on camera, but just like that. If you see the other tab on the inside there, boom, right up against the front and right up to the edge so that it folds flat. Nice right angles means it'll fold flat the way it's supposed to to go inside of its envelope and be amazing. So, oopsies. And you don't want to see that tab sticking out. Get in there, tab. And then the same thing over here. And hopefully, yep, looks good, looks good. Then let's fold it back and forth gently to make sure it's gonna work the right way. And this already looks really cool, but when we complete it with the rest of the rainbow, it's really gonna be amazing. So these tabs could go this way or this way. It really doesn't matter. I think they'd be maybe less visible in the finished card this way, but it matters not. Okay. So, once again, same principle of where that tab goes. It's going to be butted up against the one in front of it. Nice right angles inside there. There it is. It's so sparkly and the dimension makes it really, really cool. I hope you love yours. I can't wait to see it. For the envelope, you'll just rotate it this way. You can tell this is the top because it's pointier. This is the bottom. It's the most rounded corner. So it goes like this. We can flip it over. These are the sides. And this is the bottom. So just put some glue on there. And give it a hot minute to take hold. Then you can fold your card either way. I'm gonna go this way. And then just very carefully and slowly slide it into the envelope. Just like so. Yep. Then when you're ready, you can put some glue here and close it up. That's it. Now you've got a Mystic Unicorn box card that's really ready to impress. If you make one, I would love to see a picture of it. So if you want to share in my Facebook group or on social media and tag me, that would be awesome. Thanks for watching and crafting along with me. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.